West Coast Avengers 88. This is part 2 of a 2-part chiller in the Canadian wilderness. 3 of the Avengers and Wolfman, they are gunning up against a Russian bootleg version of Fantastic Force. It's pretty fun. Roger Thomas and Bob Ross are the creative team, and let's hope that neither of them die in the next 24 hours. The Russian Fantastic Force, which one of me viewers, Comic Gates Creeper, he called them the Stalinist Four. They have taken over a military monitoring station in Canada, so we are straight in with some fighting. The Avengers and Wolfman fighting these Russians. Something came to us after I reviewed the first one. This is almost like I'm doing a response to that Dan Slott story where the Avengers fought Fantastic Force, the non-Russian version. This is much better than that. It wasn't an intentional comparison on my half. And oddly, this includes 2 members of the Dan Slott team who he left out of that story, u.s.agent and Charlotte Witch, or rather, a Charlotte Witch. Wonder Man, he is given a good little character moment in this fight too. He is battling Russian Invisible Wife, and he gets concerned that he hit her too strong, and he has hurt her. The tides of battle change, and Wolfman and u.s.agent retreat, leaving the defeated Charlotte Witch and Wonder Man behind. We have a nice little bit here with u.s.agent casually calling Wolfman a mutie, and Wolfman getting annoyed by that. For me, this is really u.s.agent's story. It is his adventure that these other characters are tagging along with. We have a cutaway here to keep up to date with the other members of the team who are not off in Canada. We have got Hawkeye and Mockingbird and Spider-Girl, the good version of Spider-Girl. This is a pretty good team. It doesn't get brought up much, but this core team is really good. And then Flaming Lightning announces he is leaving the team to go to college, and thus ends his career as a comic book character. After this, he will be relegated to the background of big crowd scenes. He was an okay character, but in my opinion, I'm not sure he really sat well with this team. You had the 2 Avengers books at the time, and the main one was, I think he would have fit better on that. Whereas West Coast Avengers, it was sporting the more traditional and classic sort of Avengers characters like Hawkeye and Wonder Man. We get some little character flourishes with the Russians. The Russian Invisible Wife, she is definitely the standout of the bunch. We learn that she is a fan of Wonder Man's films from his acting career. And the bad guys, the Russian bad guys, they are going to start a second Cold War, which some people might say is unacceptable as a comic plot in the 90s. But they are going to start a literal Cold War. They intend to freeze North America over and kill everyone. They have a magic ice crystal thing that will freeze everything. And now we are back to the action. U.s.Agent and Wolfman, they lead a squad of US and Canadian Army soldier boys in an assault on the station. U.s.Agent, he frees the other two Avengers. And something else that dawned on us is that this is almost like a Proto-Force work story. The three Avengers we have here, U.s.Agent, Charlotte Witch, and Wonder Man, they were all members of Force Works. And this plot with the Russian Fantastic Force, it is the sort of thing Force Works would gun up against in one of the better Force Works stories. If this was Force Works, if Force Works was like this, I would like Force Works a lot more. Force Works, they fight Russians in one story. And somewhat in keeping with current trends, we get to see Charlotte Witch use nonsense magic mutie X powers to try and fight back and stop the power of the freezy crystal thing. And it turns out that the freezy crystal thing, it was Agatha all along. Never watched it. Nice to see they fucked up the Flash yet again though. So the Avengers win, the whole station is destroyed, but the communist Fantastic Force, they escape, and other than Russian Invisible Wife, they will not be heard from again. Russian Invisible Wife, she appears in another issue of West Coast Avengers, and she snogs U.s.Agent. You've got to love whenever they try and do something romantic with U.s.Agent, and how it always seems random and out of nowhere. Really fun story though. I like it. I think it's not revolutionising the medium, but it is very acceptable. Very, very acceptable. And Roger Thomas, he might be dead now. I didn't know. I recorded this yesterday. I tell you what, in my Captain America run that just won a Grammy, I would bring back that one member of Russian Fantastic Force. I can't remember his name. I can't remember any of the names other than Morning Star. The one with the psychic powers. I think he has a good power set for a formidable bad guy. Him and Russian Invisible Wife. I think there is potential in them. I didn't get a call on it, but I also came up with Mr. Fanatical as the name for the Russian Mr. Fantasticals. This is an enjoyable two-parter, nothing dense, but it's fun stuff. 7 thumbs up.